But whose hand are we drawing today in art school? The School of Arts! School of many things. It asks as many questions as it answers. With all these tools, can we truly draw our hand? Well, I think we're going to go for Froshman's hand because it's a bit simpler than other people's hands. But here's the question. Where's the fun in that? Where's the fun in drawing? With my tablet, of course, not with my mouse like a dummy. Froshman's hand. It's kind of a plain thing, isn't it? But it's not just his hand that we have to trace. He also has a pen with him. He also has a little pen with him at all times. We all need our drawing implements, do we not? We all need our drawing implements. Little gold band. There you go. Excuse me. There we go. But is this all that's in the world of art school? No, we also have a binder. Let us draw this binder to further inspire the idea that our hand was traced on something that isn't our own. I'll be honest, the drawing frequency of the big tool is giving me anxiety. Now, does that not ring of art? I, rising superstar Froshman, re-innovator of art. Welcome back, Froshman. Let's take a look at your work. I know, it's incredible, isn't it? A C? Well, fine. But assignment 12, I'll knock your socks off twice. Claim a spawn in capital, draw it. What a fascinating artistic prompt you have given me. But what should I pick? Could I pick the highest tower? I think we all agree that the highest tower is one of the loneliest places on campus. Therefore, it is the one with the greatest artisanal potential. I rather do like drawing still lifes, especially that of a large and imposing structure that dominates the landscape. No matter where you are, the school tower is there to remind you that it is the origin of all, and all is its origin. There. Zoom out a little bit. Aim the camera down a bit. I would like to aim the camera down a bit. Thank you. Look at that beautiful perspective, though. Froshman, I know you're very excited. You know what? I like this perspective. It's inspiring. And upon it we shall draw Froshman, the gentleman. Let us commence drawing this imposing structure. Actually, let's use the paint tool a bit. It gives us greater degrees of creative control. Let's retry that one. How stark, how imposing. How dire its state. Let's add a little bit of shading, shall we? A little bit of watercolor shading. Give it a little bit of structure. And now we will draw ourselves. The finest man that ever lived, Frosh Min. Upon it sits the white shirt of a young man called Froshman. Art innovatoire Froshman. Us, the world of art. Art, Professor. Art is what you requested. Art is what you will receive. A piece that embodies solitude. But it also embraces success. Is that not the artistic endeavor at its finest? Welcome back, Froshman. Let's take a look at your work. A bee, of course. Draw the moon. You like putting us here, Professor, but I think the moon is more associated with water. So let us travel through the campus, taking our secret routes, and draw the moon as it is. The moon as it should be. The moon. Wait, this removes the shadows from this place. That's weird. What does the moon look like? Most people say the moon is a big circle. The moon has no features. The moon is nothing to add. But people say the moon is made of cheese. What if the moon was just a big ol' wheel of cheese? There is no moon in the sky. There is only... But of course, this is a bit plain, isn't it? It's a bit plain. What if some scientists happen to have landed on this fabulous moon? As we all know, people have landed on the moon. What are those people? Put like a little flag there. And on that flag proudly shines the greatest flag in the world. The blue flag of friendship. The moon is now our friend. Let us warmly embrace him into our circles. I know. It's too baffling to truly put a finger on. Draw a still life. I mean, you're quite animated. You're quite animated, teacher. You will not suffice. You will not suffice. Let us draw a still life. What's stiller alive? We've already drawn a giant orange. Let's draw something else. Let's draw this nice tree over here. I believe this tree is worthy. Worthy of my artistic endeavors. Let it shine, tree. Show me your sexy side. Pose for me. Pose for me. Show me what you've got. Show me who you are. Show me the secrets you hide from all around you, tree. Speak, and I will listen. So is the way. So, tree, is the way. No, it's smaller than that. Truly, is that not what a tree has always been? A shape. Professor, it is done. Put it on your finest frame and hang it on the wall, for it is art! A tree! A still life. Trees may not be still, but only to our perspective, Professor. A bee. I expected nothing less. Molecules are complex things. It is important to maintain one's social contacts. Let's have a look around the place, shall we? What molecule shall I draw? What molecule inspires us all? The water's pink here now. I think these places subtly change when I'm not looking. But what molecule? I think this man can help us out. He looks like he knows everything about molecules in this place of the Kalahari River. What molecule do you think is most important? Water is the one everyone knows, but I think we need to draw a more important molecule. Benzene, my good sir, is the one often forgotten molecule. The glory of life is benzene. I just need to double check my notes. I remembered it incorrectly, but I think this is one of the ones you find inside of thingamaboobers. So let's draw that. Let us draw the artistic purpose. This is called a benzene ring, I think. I do not know. I do know that every molecule in this is like 180, 120 or something. The way these work is that they're like a three-dimensional. They're one of those fancy triangles, you know. They're one of those fancy triangles. Let me just see if I can draw it. You know, like a pyramid. Like let me see if I can do this because this is kind of important. You need to understand before you can learn, buckaroos. It's like one of these, and the carbon is like dead in the center, and this is where the hydrogens are at. And when you draw one of those out, you draw them like this. You draw them like lines, and these are the carbons, and then the hydrogens are implied. And if it's anything else, I think you always do like a little notation of it. With this, we will impress the professor by showing off our scientific knowledge. Showing that we are expanding our knowledge just beyond the natural world, because that's boring. Let's try again, shall we? I think I'm going to use my mouse for this one. And also, if it's like in the foreground, what they do is I think they do this if it's like facing towards the paper, and they do like this if it's in the background or something. I forgot the specifics. It's been a while since I've done what they look like. But here we go. And double binds are indicated as such. And in rings, I think by default they just make it a little hexagon. This is not a hexagon, but the point stands. Now, that's wrong. We'll draw molecules. We'll draw one molecule, Professor. One molecule today, another molecule tomorrow. Professor, we don't have time for all the molecules in the world. We don't have time for all those molecules. So, instead, I'm going to pick my favorite carbon atoms in this one. And I will draw their, and only their, molecules. It is only fair, after all, that my favorite is the one to get all the attention. I think these two are really cool. I think they really got it going for them. But everyone needs a friend. Everyone needs a friend. Everyone needs a friend. We'll make the hydrogen nice and yellow. We'll make them nice and small, too. So now we can fully appreciate, Professor, the power of the benzene ring. It's important, Professor. You fully understand the implications of molecules. Polycarbons are important. They're a foundation of many things. See? He likes gasoline, just like me. I forgot what draw the ugliest thing on campus. Well, I'd buy a mirror, but I don't get very far with that. What is the ugliest thing on campus? I mean, I really like that round fruit. And I do really like the movie theater section. It's been very educative to visit the movie theater section every once in a while. I think the ugliest thing has got to be one of those wireframes down there. They're distinctly ugly. So let's go and draw one of the wireframes down there. Oh, look, it's a sleepy boy. I mean, this one actually looks like a hand. He looks all right. Does he? No, this guy. I think you're the worst one. You're a rather complex object, but I'll have to make do with what I got. Gosh, you're a mess. Let us try to grab the chaos of the situation instead of trying to embody it precisely. After all, art is interpretation. Art is interpretation. It is the embodiment of chaos I seek to capture, not the truth of chaos. Such endeavors are doomed to failure. It is the embodiment of chaos that we seek to contain within our artistic styles, within our endeavors, within our desires. Within truth lies the truth. Lies the truth begets the lies of a king. I think I have been successful. We have captured the essence of ugliness. And with this we have grown more powerful than I could have possibly imagined. Welcome back, Professor. I've drawn for thee the ugliest thing on campus. A C. Well, I wouldn't grade something ugly too nicely either. Draw a toy, I remember. There is a toy I remember, Professor. I remember it quite well. Did you know that the lines change when you face different directions? Look at that. Look at that pillar. Now it's going to the bottom left, and now it's going straight up. Isn't that strange? I remember a toy from long, long ago. And I remember it well, because it was disgusting, and I for some reason decided to lick it. It's a small toy truck. It had a bed in the back. It's more like that, wasn't it? Yeah, it was more like that, actually. Give it a little license plate. We'll write Frosh on it. The toy, I remember, Professor, it's going to be a big hit. I think that you'll agree that once we bring this back to the market, the world as we know it will shatter. Yes, I know it's art. Fine art indeed. An A. I guess you like cars. Draw an outfit for my friend Queen to wear at a fancy dinner. Well, I'm afraid I'm not much of a fashion designer. Also, I'm pretty sure you can't wear clothes. But don't let me be the one to tell you that. Professor, I believe in you. I believe in you. I mean, personally, I didn't know you had a girlfriend to begin with, since I thought you were just a robot. You know what? I do have a soft spot for blues, so let's draw. Just get some basic anatomical insights, which I'm bad at. I don't know why, but I suck at the stomach section. And a lot of parts, really. I really need to work on that. Like, we don't need much. Okay, this is a better way to do this, which is you draw a little circle, and then you draw this, and then you do that. And that generally works. A little slack arm on the side. Means I guess we could do the leg. Like, no. If this one goes up, then the arms would slant downwards, meaning this leg is the up one. That'd be like the up leg, and this would be like the low leg. Now legs overlap a little bit, so there's limits to what we can do there. There, that's all I needed. See this whole section. See, the problem I have with legs is legs overlap. If you're not looking at them dead on, they tend to overlap a little bit. And it creates, for me at least, a very frustrating artistical situation. This ought to do once I clean it up a bit. I do wish I could... I'm going to lower the waistline a bit. Because, yeah, that looks a bit better. I mean, I could just give her nothing to wear. I'm not your fashion designer. I'm not here to tell you what your girlfriend should wear. So is not my place. So is not my place. It'd be like approximately where the collarbones are at. But you know what? I think I can manage. I think I can manage. No. I think I want to keep it a bit simple down the front. Give it a cape. Capes aren't used very often. There. That ought to work. Should at the very least look proper. Welcome back, Froshman. Let's take a look at my work. Nice. I mean, I'm not here for learning about fashion, but I guess you gotta explore outside of your comfort zone in order to learn. I have to draw blobs. You put me in a bad place for that, Professor. This is the spiky zone of town. I need blobs. Well, actually, this is a perfect place to observe the blobs in the distance. Look at all those highlights. Look at all those highlights. Let us begin by drawing the consummate form and evolving from there. Let us draw the man in the distance, with strange hands. Then do not be afraid to let your artistic strides find purpose. Not be afraid to let it speak, to let it dance, to let it do what must be done in the end, for all things go someplace. It is only through self-exploration and self-discovery that we can learn the truth. Namely, this is already blue. In that case, I cannot draw Froshman. I know what we can do. We can draw his little pants. His little shirt. What happened to Froshman? The blobs know, Professor. The blobs, they know. But Froshman will never learn his own fate. For the yellow man speaks. Okay, I guess you're not a big fan of thinking about Froshman having to change his clothes. But we all do, Professor. Draw something you've heard of but never seen. What an amazing question, Professor. What have I heard of, yet never seen? What have I heard of? In this day and age, it's very easy to see things you've never heard of. It's very easy to just type it into the Google-o-matic and watch the answers flow into your lap. A great way to end the semester, Professor. Fantastic question. Something I've heard of but never seen. What have I heard of? Yet my eyes have never laid a second upon it. Love, lust, life. You know what I've never seen, Professor? I've never seen electricity. I'm going to call this a callback to my old art piece, Professor. Consider this a continuation of a story untold. Electricity. Heard of, but never seen. Sorry, I didn't mean to break your chair. I guess next semester we'll have to figure out what would make people mad in a museum, but nowhere else.